Oh, yeah, it's about that time. All off season long, I've been profiling some of the most intriguing players headed into the 2019 season in each week's edition of the Burlesque.
So you've been waiting for this one, Nate.
Yes, I have, Kyle. I have. Now,
Well, it's a passion project.
Yeah, right? That's exactly what you call it. Now, as Dak Prescott and the Cowboys continue to work on a new deal, there's still plenty of questions that arise about him being valued and how he should be valued by his team and the rest of the league. So what I'm going to do is put some of those questions to rest by taking you inside the film room and breaking him down a little bit further and show you why Dak deserves to rack up some stacks this offseason. Now, here we go. Dak Prescott. Now, I want you to pay attention to the situation in all of these. Here it is. Divisional round versus the Rams. Now, he's going to know right as soon as he drops back, empty set, he's going to have every individual covered. You know exactly where he wants to go. We have the corner route. We have the flat route. We have the short breaking route right in front of him. The pocket is collapses. He says, you know what? Let me go ahead and keep this play alive. He doesn't have the individuals that he wants to throw to where the play is designed to go to. Most quarterbacks that can't escape the pocket will either take the sack or go out of bounds. Now, right here, Dak Prescott, he's looking down. He's going to see Gallup towards the end zone. And I want you to pay attention right here. Aaron Donald is barreling down on him. He's going to twerk his body. Let me get this extra camera angle right here. Watch the twerk on his body and where the ball is delivered. Wow. That's beautiful ball placement. You'll see it again, Gallup right over the top. And look at the accuracy, though. High and away from the DB. And check out this angle right here. DB can't get there. The only person that can catch that is Gallup, or it's landing out of bounds. How about that?
That's my quarterback.
A crucial play in a crucial moment. How about this, though? Situation. 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Lions up 24-23. Big plays and big moments. Empty pocket, empty backfield. You're going to see Ezekiel Elliott lined up against a linebacker. He knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. But a good QB, what does a good QB do? He's going to look at individuals he doesn't want to throw to so he can impact where these guys are at. A good quarterback is going to freeze these safeties with their eyes, just like Medusa would, and that's exactly what he does, right? Boom, boom. They're looking where Dak is when nobody's paying attention to where Zeke is. That right there is OG veteran QB play. Safety, too far away to make a play, and here it is, drops the ball right in the bucket. High and away from the DB, only place where your running back can catch the rock. Zeke comes down with the big-time play. The game keeps moving. All right, now let's check this out right here. J.J. Watt coming off the edge. Dak Prescott going to step up in the pocket, and then he's going to make a play. J.J. Watt's one of the best in the business. When it comes to sniffing out QBs, nobody better. Now watch the pure arm strength, the will to continue to play. Physical, hand plant. This is what running backs do, KB. You know about that. Keeps the play going. Now watch this. He shakes another defender and takes one more hit at the end. Where's this ball going, though? All the way down the field. Tavon Austin screaming to the sideline. He avoids JJ, avoids the second player, takes a shot on the sideline, still with enough strength, deliver a beautiful ball right here.
That's a prolific play.
That's really impressive.
Why don't we know that play more than
Wow.
Monday night game, huge completion here.
this? Was awesome.
This is a fourth quarter play.
All right, Nate. All right.
Fourth quarter play. Texans coming down with a huge play. All right, now let's go again.
This was the one for me, week 17.
Hey, but is he clutch, though? Fourth quarter, 119 left.
Love the music.
Cowboys down, 35-28. I want you to check out the awareness right here. Olivier Vernon, we know he's one of the best in the business coming off the edge. I want you to pause it right here. Most guys, even the quarterback for the Giants, going to take the sack, fall down, throw this ball away. Watch this, though. 6 cents. Watch this quick spin. Whoop, like fake news. And now he's going to come back, and then he's going to drop a dime. Does that look like the Jordan logo to you?
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks can square their body up, have enough twerk with 1 foot on the ground, and deliver this type of ball?
It's like Mahomes.
And I mean this one in the back of the end zone. Cole Beasley.
Originally called an incomplete, they review it, touchdown, they beat the Giants in a game that looked like it was meaningless, but it might have been the momentum for the Seahawks.
Knee down, that's 2 feet. Now, all I say is this. If this is any other quarterback, this is Pat Mahomes, this is Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, the list goes on, makes a play like that, we are screaming it's one of the best plays of the year. But because this man gets pressure put on him for being a third-string quarterback that just so happened to be the quarterback for the Cowboys, we don't talk about it enough. Show my man Dak Prescott respect.
Yeah.
And that
Like
respect is by paying him.
30 million.
Ooh, Nate Burleson showing Dak Prescott some love. Oh, my goodness. Well, hello, friends. It is Friday night, and I don't know about you, but I am smoking tonight. I am hot. I am excited. Here's the thing. Let's get open for business here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let's wake up the football gods up there. That's right. I said football gods, man. I am fired up, man. I am fired up. And no, I haven't been stealing Joe Boo's rum, because Joe Boo's rum, stealing it, that's a bad thing. I'm fired up, man. I have woken up different because of Puerto Rico. I look at life differently. Last week, we were still in Puerto Rico. We had just finished up that job, working there, helping people and all that. And it has just breathed new life into me. And I get so much hate from people. I get trolls that email me. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I see, that I'm sucking on this at Dax, and I'm going to end this, and I'm fat and all that. It's just like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking. It's a good thing you're not the GM of the Dallas Cowboys. And it's just like, you know what? I'm going to look at this differently from now on. Because you know what the reality is? I'm in your head. I have so much power and control over what you think that you have to respond. Because if I was listening to an idiot, I just wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother me because, I listen to, I got to tell you, I love Nate Burleson. Nate Burleson, is at least trying to put it out there. Oh, no, hey, you know what? I'm down to 247. I swelled up to 260 when I went to Puerto Rico. I have dropped 13 pounds since Sunday. And I'm now lower than I was when I started, when I got down from my keto diet. So 240 is coming. It's coming. And that might be why I've got so much energy right now. That and I got my coffee. Oh, my goodness, my coffee. So all you people out there that say that I am a hater, that I am swinging on Dak Prescott's you know what? Bring it on. Bring it on, because I will continue to fight every single day, not only for Dak Prescott, but my Dallas Cowboys. My Dallas Cowboys. What's up, John? How are you doing, man? Up in Nova Scotia. I think I saw Maria. How you doing, Maria? I still have your shirt here, too. As well as, if anybody sees a Dickie Normus, I need to get his number, his address. I've got some stuff that I've got to get out. I suck at taking care of business. I just love doing the work. I just am not good. That's just not my thing at paperwork and emails and all that stuff. Sal, we'll do that in a little bit here. So we hear Nate Burleson, and now they've got different segments and stuff. They used to have the pick magnet with Darren Sharper, who he picked up too many wrong people and drugged them, and he's now in jail. But now they've got the new hottie on the NFL Network, Derek Carr. Derek Carr, who I believe he holds the NFL records for being sacked the most with the Texans. He's been a journeyman. I think he's got a ring because he was sitting on the bench for Eli Manning. I may be wrong on that one. Derek Carr, who famously threw the ball so well at the Carnival Sideshow that was the NFL experience at the Super Bowl. They do have his picture up there, and he probably worked on it. Oh, I'm going to make sure when Dak comes in here cold that I can beat Dak Prescott and make him look bad. So now they've got the, car shop, which is probably fitting because that car has been in a few wrecks. Now here, I want to do a little experiment here. For all those people that say, screw Dak Prescott, he sucks, he can't win. Because I had a guy who said, this guy who emails me and stuff, Dak Prescott sucks. How many Super Bowls does he have? Well, he's only been in the league 3 years. He's at least been in the playoffs twice and won the division twice. And I'm not saying I'm satisfied with that, but I want you guys, I'm trying some new things to see. I'm still old school here, so we're going to go ahead and try this over here. I want you guys to take a look at something right here. Okay? Oh, wrong camera. Oh, no, wrong camera. Here we go. I want you to take a look at these numbers here. Okay? This is some of my research now. See, what I always try and do is I love to argue. I love numbers and statistics. Brian from SoCal, man. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for paying me, and hopefully they'll pay my quarterback. All right. I want you to take a look at these numbers real quick. 3 quarterbacks, 3 seasons, okay? One quarterback A, 63.8% completions, 345 yards, 23 TDs, 14 touchdowns, 89.5 passer rating, and 1 rushing TD. Quarterback B, 63.1 completion percentage, 3,357 yards, 26 TDs, 9 touchdowns, 101.2 QBR, much better QBR, and 1 rushing touchdown. Let's go to quarterback C. 69.5% completion percentage. Not bad. 3,233 yards, a little less in yardage, 24 TDs, 5 interceptions, 100.6 QBR, and 4 rushing TDs. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. 2 of these seasons right here were Super Bowl seasons. Super Bowl winners. Let me say that one more time. 2 of these 3 quarterbacks were Super Bowl winners with these numbers. The third one is actually Dak Prescott. Because we're told that, Dak can't win unless he got people around him. Dak sucks. He can't elevate a team. Right? Now, what if I said C, the highest completion percentage, second highest touchdowns, lowest interceptions, second highest QBR, most rushing TDs? If I said that that was Dak Prescott. How about if I said A was Troy Aikman in his 4th season, the only season that he had over 20 TDs, and they won the Super Bowl? What if I said B was Russell Wilson, his 2nd season when they won the Super Bowl? Right? What would you say then? Would you say, well, damn, Thomas Garrett, Dak is my guy, and you are too, buddy. Thank you very much for that super chat. So, hypothetically, just follow me now. I know I'm crazy. Hypothetically, you could put Dak in with either of these 2 guys and technically win a Super Bowl. Wouldn't you say? Isn't that conceivable with those numbers? Isn't that conceivable? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? If I say you took Dak Prescott here and put him in with Troy Aikman, that team, with those numbers, would he win the Super Bowl? How about Russell Wilson? Because, see, here's the difference of what we had with these other 2 quarterbacks. Both of these teams had the number 1 ranked defense with them. They don't talk about that when they say Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. Because here's what's interesting now. If we actually go to, one other thing too. Let me throw one other thing into this right now. This one right here, 16 games. This one right here, 16 games. This one down here, it's 12 games. Week 7 through 2 playoff games. 16 games, 12 games. Now, anybody out here who says that Dak Prescott sucks, I challenge you right now, to tell me why he's a bad quarterback, why he's not the guy. If he did what those guys did in Super Bowl seasons, in 4 less games, and every one of those games during that time was pressure filled. You had to play the Super Bowl champions twice and win those. You had to play New Orleans. Some people said the best team in football, and beat them. You played Seattle in the playoffs. You went toe-to-toe with the Rams there. So if those weren't pressure games, I don't know what to tell you. Because here's what's interesting, because, we're told that, well, Dak Prescott, he sucks, and, and why am I getting these ads? Let's take a look, because here's the thing that's interesting. Perry Locke, thank you very much for the super chat. This is our year from the Nasty Natty. Go Cowboys. Adrian Garza, listen, buddy. It's the going rate for quarterbacks. If everybody has to pay $30 million plus for quarterbacks, then it's not a disadvantage. And you see that nobody is taking under $30 million. Why is it? See, this is what pisses me off. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, Dak has to take a team for a leader. They didn't say that about anybody else. Did they say that about Carson Wentz? The Eagles, take a look at their salary cap situation for next year. Take a look with their aging veterans that they have to replace. They didn't say that about Ben Roethlisberger. They didn't say that about Russell Wilson. They don't say that about Aaron Rodgers. And I can look at all of those teams and say they need a whole lot more personnel than the Dallas Cowboys. Because, see, here's the advantage that the Dallas Cowboys have. The Dallas Cowboys are great at drafting players. And when you can draft players that you can plug and play in a year or two, you're not paying them a whole lot of money. You get them on the cheap for 4 or 5 years. As opposed to other teams that have to go out and sign a whole bunch of free agents. Spend, $15 million because they need a wide receiver or something because they got to get them out there. We need a pass rusher, so we got to go get this guy. We get guys on the cheap. When we sign our rookie class, you're not paying an average price free agent for all of those guys. Take a look at our salary cap situation. Look at all the young personnel in there that are dirt cheap, that are $1 million, $1.5 million. And that's the advantage that the Dallas Cowboys have. But what you do is you surround the good talent around you. The market is being set. And if you think that Pat Mahomes is going to take $25 million, you're crazy. You think Jared Goff is going to take $25 million, you're crazy. You hear where Michael Thomas, wide receiver, he's looking for $22 million. It doesn't go down. But I tell you what does go up every year, that's the salary cap by another $10 million. And it's all you guys are sitting here worried about cap hell. You know how many people we can just let go of that we have replacements for, that we can get cash right now today? Allen Hurns, $5.5 million. I love Allen Hurns. He's a guy I want to keep on the team. For no other reason than a guy literally lost his leg and still held onto the football. You root for a guy like that. But money is money. It's $5 million right there. La'el Collins, that's $8.5 million right there. Because you could always plug in Connor Williams, who wants to play tackle. Maybe the governor's good enough. That's another $8.5 million right there. Trayvon Austin, $1.5 million right there. Tyrone Crawford, $5.5 million. So just get this crap out of your head that, we can't have players. Because we have the most complete team out there. Most complete. Please tell me where we can go ahead and sign a big player right now. Tell me where. Where would you go ahead and go for a free agent if you had one, other than safety? Where? Because I keep hearing, oh, well, you got to let go of this. We got Randall Cobb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. Are we letting one of those guys go because we need to go pay somebody else? I don't think so. Offensive line, Tyron Smith, best tackle when healthy. Zach Martin, best guard. Travis Frederick, best center. Connor Williams, because some people said, we have the best guard combination in the NFL. La'el Collins, maybe he's not, he's paid like a top 10, but he's maybe not quite top 10. But I guarantee you he's hungry. So you've got the governor who's in here and Connor Williams, and then you have, Joe Looney and Saver. So we have plenty of offensive linemen, right? Right? Okay. Running back. Oh, man, we need a running back. We need to go Le'Veon Bell. No, actually, we got Zeke Elliott, provided he doesn't get suspended. So, all this argument of they can't sign people, they got people. So what the hell are you talking about? It'll be a cap hell. We are in a better cap situation than almost anybody other than the Colts. K Madden 42, thank you very much for the super chat. And this whole article, let me go back here. Because I started, I'm getting old. I start saying things and then I get off track, okay? It's kind of like I lose my glasses and they're up on my head. Here's what's interesting because, everybody talks about, well, Russell Wilson, he elevates the team and everything else. But see, here's what's funny. Because I gave you those numbers, he only had 3,357 yards and won the Super Bowl. Dak's throwing that every year. Here's what's crazy. Actually, I'm down in rushing. Here's what's crazy because he's been passing the ball like crazy the last couple of years. That's playoffs. All right. I'm going to get there. He's been throwing over 4,000 yards in 2015, 2016, almost 4,000 2017. Touchdowns. In 2017, listen, 34 touchdowns. 10 more than when they won the Super Bowl. Michael Patterson, thank you very much for the super chat. But here's what's funny. He threw 10 more touchdowns and they missed the playoffs. What? What? How does that make sense? How does that work? Because he didn't have the defense that he had before. He didn't have Marshawn Lynch like he did before. So clearly, if your argument is well, Dak needs people around him, apparently so does Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, everybody said, is a better quarterback than the Dallas Cowboys have, right? Yet, Dak Prescott threw for more yards than he did. In a bad year, you could look at Dak Prescott and say the first half of the year was meh. Russell Wilson only threw for 3,400 yards. Huh. So all of these arguments that you hear about Dak and it's bullshit. And that article of it's time to trade Dak, that is the most asinine thing that I've ever heard in my life. Because, you got to trade him so you get more talent. I just pointed out, okay, if you traded Dak and saved yourself $30 million, what are you bringing in? What are you going to spend that money on? Because you're not getting a quarterback. Any good quarterback is going to cost you $30. I mean, Kirk Cousins cost $28 million, the year before. And if you think Kirk Cousins is the answer, you about stupid. Don't worry, Daniel Jones will make up all the dead money. Ooh. Black, not white, Palin. Oh, okay. I mean, but seriously, so that whole article was like, okay. And like I said, I can see that. They're saying Russell Wilson, that the team is the only reason why Dak did stuff. But looking at Nate Burleson, I got to tell you, Nate Burleson makes a pretty good argument because they don't show you. They go through and they cherry pick what they want to show you. They cherry pick and say, oh, well, you see, he missed this guy and he missed that guy. And that happens with everybody. I've seen Pat Mahomes overthrow guys. I've seen Pat Mahomes throw interceptions. Everybody does. There is not a quarterback who is 100% completion percentage. There is not a quarterback that does not throw an interception. So, that being said, I think I'm going to get off my soapbox right now. I don't see too many comments out here that say that I'm an idiot and that I'm wrong. Maybe you guys have seen maybe I've missed them. Because I look at what we have now, I think right now we have the best collection of talent that we've had with the Dallas Cowboys in a long time. To me, for once, it's not just that we have great frontline Pro Bowl players, that we have guys that can fill in. You could look at 2017 and it was never more evident than that. Once you lost Tyron Smith, Zeke Elliott, and Sean Lee, it was no longer the same team. You can go ahead and say it's all on Dak Prescott, but your defense went from giving up about 85 yards on the ground with Sean Lee in there to about 180. You could look at Tyron Smith giving up 2 sacks a season to Chaz Green in 3/4 of a game giving up 5. And as much as you guys want to think that it's only about the quarterback is key. I will say that. But a quarterback can't do it by himself. And every quarterback that's been good has always had really great people around him as well. You look at Joe Montana with Jerry Rice and things. You look at the Redskins having Art Monk. You look at us having the playmaker, and Michael Irving and things. You don't see too many quarterbacks that are lighting up the scoreboards with guys that are nobodies. It doesn't happen. You don't see too many quarterbacks that are winning Super Bowls with teams that have no offensive line that can protect them. Take a look at Eli Manning. Eli Manning has had years taken off of his career because their offensive line sucked. They're so worried about having an Odell Beckham and wide receivers and throwing the football that they forgot that the game is won in the trenches. And more times than not, you see quarterbacks that get all the credit for winning Super Bowls when there's a lot of credit to go around to the team. You got the number one defense that's taking the ball away and giving you more opportunities. It makes it that much easier for a quarterback. Now, that's not to say that a great quarterback won't make a difference, because they do. You need a guy who is calm, cool, collected, never gets shooken by anything. They make a mistake, forget about it. Short memory. And they have to be in that pocket with no fear. You can't be crying like Derek Carr did on the field. You take a hit, break a hand, it doesn't matter. Because those 10 guys in huddle will follow your cue. And you can tell when a quarterback is that diva that nobody likes. Stello 300, how you doing tonight? Thank you very much for that super chat. Dak is our quarterback. So I don't know where you guys that hate Dak Prescott are going to go. Or if this is that you're not really Cowboy fans and you just enjoy being an asshole. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Excuse my language. But that's the way you guys come across. But Dak Prescott's going to be our quarterback, whether you like it or not. And if that bothers you that much, then maybe you need to find a different team. Because the guy don't get hurt. He stays upright. He's a gamer. Game's on the line. He's going to win it. Am I going to answer my Skype? Who's Skyping in? We're not taking any Skypes right now because my Skype's not on. So I guess I'm not at this moment. Hold on. Sometimes when I have people come on the show, they have a tendency to overtalk too much. And some people kind of like, you know what? I'd rather hear you talking. So I've been cutting back on some of the people coming in on the show a little bit, Stella, okay? So if you want to try one more time, I'll answer it. But like I said, my Skype was not actually on my set. Now on to other news. Gilbrand. Gilbrand, you got to say, is a homer. Okay? He's a Hall of Famer. He's a person that knows personnel. Don't know where Dak... You have a suggestion, John? Please tell me where that place that Dak haters can go. Please, you know what? I tell you what I pray for. And it's probably something I shouldn't pray for. But I pray that the Dallas Cowboys go to the Super Bowl and win it. Dak becomes MVP. That would be my, that would be my drop the mic moment. That would be my bucket list. It would be, okay, I can die now. Because I want to just go through and just go off on all those people that say dink and dunk Dak. Dak trash cut. Dak is a bum. Get him out of here. I wouldn't pay him 50 cents. I don't want him on my team. I would just like to go through and just stuff it in every one of those guys' faces. All the Dak haters just mad because he's better than they thought. And I think that this year is going to... I didn't say that was Vosh, Stella. I never said that was Vosh. No, No, I didn't say Bosch. I just said in general because I get a whole bunch of people in here, and I'm kind of like twiddling my thumbs here. And uh, excuse me, can I say something? So so I'm trying to, just trying to. We'll do some other shows where people are skyping in and everything else. Okay, just I'm a little hyper tonight, and I'm trying to get rid of some of this so that way I can go to sleep tonight. So Gil Brandt came out with his top 10 talent teams. Now we have all heard ESPN, and I need to find something else to call ESPN, see what that means, or a better meaning for that channel. Who has us at like 18? Dallas Cowboys power rankings. 18. They're no good. Now I know Gil Brandt is like me; he's a homer, but he has the Indianapolis Colts at 10. The Cleveland, formerly known as Doo-Doo Browns, who some people have as a Super Bowl champion, at 9, which is interesting because that's 9 is where they have them actually in the power rankings. New Orleans Saints, I'll definitely give you New Orleans has a lot more talent. I think I might even put New Orleans a little higher than that. Kansas, they got Alvin Kamara, they got Drew Brees, they got a great offensive line, they got my man DeMario Davis. That's the team right there. And they got the advantage of that home field there, the Mercedes-Benz Dome. That place, it ain't no joke. They also got some great food there too, but that's another story. Kansas City. Yeah, I could say Kansas City has a lot of talent and everything else, although I think Pat Mahomes will take a step back. That's just me. I think Kansas City's going to come back down to earth. I could be wrong, but everybody's got sold on Pat Mahomes being, Hall of Fame and stuff. I think he's going to come back down to earth. But what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and boot it all. The Chargers. They're a good team. I'm not sure they're that great, but okay. New England. And see, here's the thing with New England. New England never has a lot of Pro Bowl players. Why? Because it's not about playing 11 guys on offense and 11 guys on defense. It's about playing about 16, 17 guys on offense and about 17, 18 guys on defense. So the ball is spread around between so many guys that you don't really have great outstanding numbers. Usually the Gronk leads the team in receptions, the tight end. And they spread the wealth, and that's what makes them so hard to defend against. You don't know where the ball's going. You take one thing out of there, they go to another. So I will say that New England has better depth than anybody else. The Rams. This is one. I was sitting here thinking about this today. There's always 3 teams in each division, on average, that don't make the playoffs the next year. You more times than not see teams that are from worst to first. The Eagles, when they won the Super Bowl, the year before they were in the basement. The year before that, when we won it, we were in the basement. And teams that were playoff teams, half of them won't make it. Think about it. Atlanta 2 years ago was in the Super Bowl. Boom, not there. Carolina a couple years ago in the Super Bowl. Boom, not there. The Rams, I think, and I'm going to be told I'm stupid, but Jared Goff, to me, dropped off a cliff. They don't talk about it much. But once Todd Gurley got hurt, he started the season off hot as hell. Looked like MVP. But once Gurley kind of got hurt, he started to kind of go downhill. And they still had a running game, though. That's the thing that was amazing about it. Cooper Kupp, he was gone too. He started going downhill. And if you look at him in the playoffs, as much as everybody talks about, well, Dak can't win playoff games, quite honestly, Dak had like 100 yards more than Jared Goff in the game. The difference is they ran the ball 250 yards, and we got 54 out of Zeke. I think the Rams are going to be the team that doesn't make the playoffs. I think Jared Goff is going to be... I think Gurley, who has the arthritis in the knee, they are saying, we want you to lose some weight. We don't want you working in training camp, okay? You don't want to take any extra hits and things like that. That knee must be pretty bad. And I can tell you, when you get arthritis in the knee, I feel like I'm literally dragging my leg behind me. And I know I'm old and all that. But if you are a running back, you need to okay. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak arrested for impersonating a quarterback. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay. Kimberly Davis just sent me a message that was like, "Is this true?" And it's a picture of Dak Prescott being arrested for impersonating a quarterback. You know what? Trolls are just troll. So I think that the Rams are going to be coming back down to earth. That showing they had in the Super Bowl, that kind of thing can roll over and last. And there is that Super Bowl hangover. But we'll see. Then you got the Bears. The Bears are talented, but I think the Bears snuck up on a lot of people. And I think the Bears may be another one of those teams that come back. And lo and behold, the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. The Cowboys personnel department, fronted by Stephen Jones and Will McClay, should take a bow for building the foundation of a stronger roster through the draft, headlining by running back Zeke Elliott, left tackle Tyron Smith, right guard Zach Martin, quarterback Dak Prescott, defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, linebackers Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, defensive end, Byron Jones, among others. They have also made critical additions in the past 8 months, training for players like receiver Amari Cooper, defensive end Robert Quinn, and signing receivers like Randall Cobb and George Iloka. Now, the question is, how will Dallas sort out the extensions due to Elliott, Prescott, and Cooper? The Cowboys have already solved one of those problems by getting Lawrence to a new deal in April. And you can see them working out with Prescott camp. So, yeah. And then, of course, they got the Eagles. Now, what I will say, when I look at the Eagles, I hate the Eagles. There's my girl, Miss Jackie. How you doing, Miss Jackie? See, the reason why, the reason why I'm going off and I'm coming after all you trolls out there that are talking smack, I'm coming after your ass, okay? Because you guys have been so freaking obnoxious that regular people who enjoy my show, enjoy talking about the Dallas Cowboys, are saying, you know what, I just got to take a break. I just can't take these haters, these people just making shit up, these ignorant SOBs. And see, when you mess with Miss Jackie, you don't mess with Miss Jackie. And Anita too. So that's where I am. I'm trying to take care of business. And I'm not going to rest until I prove every one of you guys wrong. And you guys know the numbers back me up. I don't know what you got. I've yet to see anybody prove me wrong on any of the statistics that I have. Because automatically you guys go through and change the tune. Oh, well, it doesn't pass the smell test or the eye test. Bradley Bryan, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. So the thing with the Eagles, and I'm sorry, I'm just like I said, I'm hyper. I don't know where this energy came from. Maybe the weight loss. I don't know. I hate the Eagles. God, I hate those Eagles. Philly 500, you know I hate the Eagles. You're okay. I hate the Eagles. And the Eagles are a good team. Make no mistake about it. They have a well-coached organization that works in the system. But the Eagles have a bunch of players that are getting kind of long in the tooth. And Deshaun Jackson, you know, I got no hate for Deshaun Jackson because Deshaun Jackson gave us the one victory that we had without Romo in 2015 by running backwards on a punt and fumbling the ball. You know, he's getting up there, as well as some of the other guys on the team. That team is the 7th oldest in the NFL. We're around the 5th youngest. And see, here's the thing. When you get them young pups, they're running circles around the old dudes and stuff. You got that extra burst of energy. When you get hurt, you heal faster. Monday morning, you're not in quite as much pain. You know, remember when Tyron Smith was a little younger, how he was literally just taking guys with one arm and just throwing them? He's still doing the job, but he ain't throwing people like he used to. And that's where I'll say the Eagles, that's going to be their Achilles heel. That and Carson Wentz, whether or not he can stay upright. Because if they lose Carson Wentz, they don't have the safety net anymore. John, it's a good question. I mean, you know what? The trolls and the haters, some of them, when you block them, they come back even stronger. You know? And it's like, ooh, I'm going to make sure that I do more and more. So, you know what? I enjoy, no, let me not say I enjoy, but I do like to mess with them, you know, because I'm just
23-hour lockdown. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got shit on me. On me.
yeah, I don't know. Just sometimes I just like, I just, it's like a guilty pleasure, I guess. I don't know. Chaz Green isn't on the team anymore. Chaz Green just signed. Who did Chaz sign with?
Was it Minnesota?
That's a guy who gets a. He has been like around.
I think with Minnesota.
Yeah, John, you're right. Some of them have like 50 accounts, and some of them will boast that they have them. Stello spending all his cash tonight. Wentz did not have the tangibles to win. It was easier for Peterson to work with Foles. I have to agree with you on that one. Because here's what's funny. Here's what's funny that you don't hear about all these guys. Because, you know, this is the difference between Cowboy fans and Eagle fans. Oh, we got our quarterback locked up. And I'm sitting here thinking, you guys do realize that Carson Wentz was only 5-6 last year, right? He had a losing record last year. And then Nick Foles comes in and is 4-1. Does that doesn't say anything to you guys? Anything at all? I'm just kind of pointing out that maybe it would have been better for all of us if he had stayed healthy and they might not have made the playoffs. Just saying. I'm not making it up. Look it up. 5-6 is what their record was with Carson Wentz. And 2 of those losses were to the Dallas Cowboys. That's right. Carson Wheelchair Wentz lost twice to the Dallas Cowboys last year. Still, Eagles are a good team. Hate the Eagles. The one thing, if you follow the numbers, typically, and this is again, I'm sorry, I might be a stat geek or a numbers geek or whatever you want to call me. If you follow the numbers of teams 2 years after being in the Super Bowl, on average they're 3.5 games below where they were. So that puts the Eagles again at about 9-7. We'll have to wait and see. Now, for the Dallas Cowboys, here's the reality of it. The NFC East is not like any other division. I mean, you know, if you're talking about the Patriots division, the AFC there, that every year they win. You know, if you're Miami, the Jets, or Buffalo, you got no chance at winning your division. You got none. Okay? The Patriots are going to win it. It's a done deal. And pretty much, you know, usually Green Bay or Minnesota will win the division in the North. This year, of course, the Bears did. You know the Lions ain't winning it. You just know that, okay? You look at the AFC South, it's usually going to be Carolina or New Orleans for most times. Sometimes Atlanta will sneak in there, but then they'll choke in the playoffs. The NFC East is always somebody different. The last time back-to-back teams won the NFC East were 2002, 2003, 2004, and it was the Philadelphia stinking Eagles. But since that time, nobody has won the division back-to-back. And that's through 3 Super Bowl winning teams. The Giants winning twice. The Eagles winning. they didn't win the division the next year. It's hell. One, you got a target on your back. Everybody wants what you have. Two, you got a shortened offseason. Less time to heal, less time to get your operations and stuff done. And the NFC East just has not had that. And this is where, when the Cowboys won it the time before, I said it will be hard for the Cowboys to win it back-to-back because nobody does in the NFC East. And, of course, all the Eagle fans were like, oh, sure, you're going to – yeah, you didn't say that. No, I said, look, I told you guys last year, if you won the Super Bowl, I said, nobody wins the NFC East back-to-back. They said, you're just a hater. I said, no, look at history. Look at the numbers. And it will be hell to win it again. But I will say this much. Justin, I don't think 14-2. 11-5. That's what I'm looking at, 11-5. I will say this much. The Cowboys' first half of the season was terrible. But they came together as a team, and they started peaking as the season went on. They got better and better. Amari Cooper was that blood transfusion that elevated the team. Zeke Elliott seemed to get tired as the season, seemed a little bit nicked up. But you looked at our offensive line was literally in shambles last year. Our offensive line was nowhere near the standard of what the Dallas Cowboys offensive line was. Tyron Smith was good. He still missed a couple of games. Zach Martin was great, but he was really on one leg. Hurt that leg in training camp, and it bothered him. I remember him leaving early halftime at the Redskin game in D.C. You saw him, of course, go out in the Eagle game. That's not the same as Zach Martin. Didn't have Travis Frederick. Connor Williams was a rookie. Didn't really get himself together until he came back in for Zach Martin in the Eagles game, playing on the opposite side. Lyle Collins, Vosh will tell you Lyle Collins is the worst offensive tackle in the world. So our offensive line wasn't as good as it could have been. But I look at this year and I say our offensive line is about to improve a lot, big time. I look at getting Randall Cobb, and, I know it's no pads yet, nobody's hitting and tackling and everything else, but the things you hear about Randall Cobb, it's going to be a big improvement from where you were Cole Beasley. And Cole Beasley seems to be butthurt right now. I love Cole Beasley, but damn, just shut up. So I look at that offense and say, our offense was not that great last year, but I think it could be really, really good this year. A lot better. And now I think about my defense. A lot hinges on that shoulder of DeMarcus Lawrence. How long is he going to be out, and what shape will he be when he comes back? And I know we lost, David Irving, who got 1 sack last year, and we lost Randy Gregory. But we got Robert Quinn, who had a down year and still had 6.5 sacks, which is more than what we had from Randy Gregory, without having the boneheaded calls. So I say that we got Chris Richard there for a second year, that you saw what Byron Jones did, the leap he took under him, even Jeff Heath. So now we got another year, and Chris Richard's taking more control over on that defense. And we have a few more playmakers. We got some taller guys, the Michael Jacksons thing. And we have what I love, ultimately, I talked about this in a video the other day. Or maybe it was this morning. I don't know. It seems like everything just meshes all together, is the Dallas Cowboys are learning you don't sign a free agent to a big, long contract. You got guys that are hungry, that are trying to make another contract. So like Christian Covington, that's a guy who had 4.5 sacks last year. He want to get paid. He's on a 1-year deal. Kerry Hayter, he wants to get back to like he was in 2016. He wants to get another contract. Robert Quinn, again, he wants to get back to his Los Angeles Rams days and get a big, big contract. And, of course, Randall Cobb. So now you're renting guys. And if they play well, oh, please, D. Will. Oh. No! Here you go, Joe Boo. I got to pull it out on this one. Okay. No on Des Bryant. No, no, no. The ship has sailed on Des Bryant coming back to the Dallas Cowboys. Des Bryant is coming back off of an Achilles tear. Des Bryant, you cannot go backwards on that. It's too much. It's too much baggage and things that have gone under the dam. Too much Instagram and everything else, Twitter and all those things. And if you bring back Des, hater, I said hater or hider. Okay, not taking calls. Not taking calls, my man. Okay, Dwayne, sorry, not taking calls. Not taking calls. You're messing up by calling on Facebook. You're messing up my camera. Okay. We'll do Monday. We'll do a call-in show. Okay, not tonight. Not tonight. We only have 9 minutes left. Des Bryant, I'm sorry, but I think his career's over with. I honestly believe, and I know some teams are looking at Des and everything else, but I'm sorry. If you bring Des in, who are you going to sit? Who are you going to sit? Des plays on the outside. You going to sit Amari Cooper? You going to take Amari Cooper and put him in the slot? Then you got a Randall Cobb. And so, where's Randall Cobb? What, are you going to just put him on the bench? Or are you going to go ahead and put him on the other side and keep Michael Gallup out? Take a look at Dez's numbers. I love Dez. Don't get me wrong. Don't because when I say something like this, the Dez lover is going to come out and start jumping on me. Okay, just like the Romo fans do too. When I say it's over with Tony Romo, but I'm sorry. What happens with us in our mind is we look at a player and we don't think about where they are now. What we think about is the glory days of them in the past. It's like when you grow up in your small town. Your small town that you grew up in was the best place in the world. But you don't remember the bad things that went on in your small town. You only remember the good things. Des Bryant, since he signed the big contract, every year was injured. Every year. So what makes you think that now, after him having one practice in New Orleans, he tears his Achilles, that now that's going to change? Yes, James, Gallup is a 3 and not a 2. I agree with you on that. But that means Gallup is out, Dez is in, and you're moving everybody else. I'd rather go ahead and see where Michael Gallup goes, who's a young man, who's not costing me a whole bunch of money, who is a stand-up citizen, does stuff with United Way and other charities as well, and is also part of Cowboys Experience. And hopefully we'll be seeing him next month at the autograph signing. I would rather develop him than bringing back Daz. Sorry, that ship has sailed. And I hate to say this, but between Dak and Dez, they talk nice now. But I got to tell you, when the season was over, when my quarterback said, I need to throw Dez a perfect ball, I need to hit him in the face mask, that was some shade being thrown at Dez. And when you looked at what happened in the game against the Seahawks, that first half, where Dez was kind of like, he checked out, he was on the sidelines there, pouting and everything else, and then when he got the ball, fumbled it, you can't have that. You can't have that. I'm sorry. It's just time to move on. Sorry. And this is why I love Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is no drama. He's no diva. Every week it seems like we hear some more crap. And I say crap from Odell Beckham. Odell is famous for that one-handed catch in a loss, which basically defines his career. Looks real good, doesn't do a whole lot of winning. He's now blaming the Giants for his problems, for them not letting him be him. Say what? You talk about wanting to be like New England, but you don't show up for practice. You make the playoffs and you decide, I'm going to go to Miami for the weekend instead of focusing in for another week to get ready for playoffs. Amari Cooper, you got to check his pulse to see if he's alive, because that guy is low key. He shows up to work. He wants to get paid, but he's not out there pounding his chest, pay me, pay me, pay me. Nor is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's not putting an ultimatum of, you got till April 15th to sign me to a long-term deal, or else I'll never sign one with you. These guys go to work. They don't become a distraction. They do their job, and they're hungry and want to win. And that's why I say you got to pay them. Why move on to Jalen Ramsey? The Cowboys don't need him. Jalen Ramsey is another one who's a little bit diva-ish. Brian can still play. Yeah, okay, well, D. Will, he can go play with somebody else then. Right now, we're good. We got all these guys that have been working together right now. We're good right now. I want to see what we got with Randall Cobb. I want to see what we got with Michael Gallup in the second year. I want to see what we have with Amari Cooper in a full offseason with Dak. I think we have a great chemistry with all of these guys. And I'm not sure that I want Des Bryant to come back to change that dynamic. I'm trying to be politically correct. I just don't want to see that. Say What You Like Sports podcast. You still think Dez could get you 1,000 yards in the league? I don't think so. I don't think Dez can stay healthy for a whole season. John, I tell you what, if the Cowboys don't hurry up and get those deals done, those will seem like bargains, because here's the problem. If Michael Thompson gets that $22 million, that's going to basically turn around. Julio Jones is going to say, hey, wait a minute. I'm not settling for 20. He may want more money. And then all of a sudden you get those guys in the 20, like 22, then Cooper, you need to get that thing done sooner than later. It may be that his agent is kind of like, nah, we'll wait. We'll wait. And it may be that the Dallas Cowboys, and this is where people say, oh, well, if the Dallas Cowboys loved Dak Prescott, they would have already got the deal done. They're negotiating. They're trying to get the best deal they can. Dak's trying to get the best deal he can. They'll get it done before training camp. You can bet on that, and I think it's going to be sooner than later. Dak and Cooper is what you call silent killers. Amen to that. Kathy, you are so right. We moved on from Dez. Oh, Stello, that's just wrong, man. Well, let me give a shout out to everybody who's coming here. I see Hector, D. Will, Stello, Kathy Green, Chris Johnson. Thank God Miss Jackie was back in here. Michael Armstrong, Swaggy D, Edwin Singleton, Rob Williams. Got the wrong mouse. I got literally 3 mouses here. I keep making this thing more and more complicated. I need to figure out a way to make it easier. Derek Tips, Chris Jackson, Sal. How you doing tonight, Sal? Stephanie, Malicious Cowboys 86, Chris Jackson, Lil Crest? I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I butchered yours. Dennis Foster, Simone 2476, James Austin, Quest Cowboys, D. Will, Stephanie, Keith Radisson, Simo, Derek Savage, James Austin, John Nolan, Michael Armstrong. I think I saw Law Nation in the house earlier. I think I saw, did I see Mike Mosh up in here? But everybody, I appreciate everybody coming through, coming on the channel and everything else tonight. I know it's rough because we are so close We're a little over 5 weeks away of the Dallas Cow for the. Yeah, actually, it's 5 weeks. 5 weeks before the Dallas Cowboys go away for training camp. We've got a little taste of football. We're getting little teases. But listen, don't fall for the BS clickbait articles that are going on out there. Time to trade Dak Prescott and all this, that, and the other. Because what people are trying to do in this little 5-week period is getting you to read their articles and stuff. And I hate to say it, but some of them will make shit up. But as always, friends, I'm going to tell you what I believe in.
But winners worry about winning, and losers worry about winners. So we're focused on ourselves in this locker room about what we need to do to get better each and every phase of this game. Be ready for this week. We're not worried about he say, she say.
And with that being said, guys, it's a great time to get ready to turn out the lights. Now, let me take care of some business. We're going to be planning on going to the Giants game to open the season with Cowboys Experience. Barry is working on being able to buy a block of tickets, so that way we're going to be in a section together. So I know Miss Jackie, I know Sarah Green is talking about doing that. Maybe we can get Anita to come in there too. So I would love to fill up a section with all fans of the Joe Boo Sports Report. So check out Cowboys Experience and talk to Barry about that one. Also, too, we're still working and planning on the Redskins tailgate. I know there's a fan club that's got like 50 people that are coming. I know West Coast Cowboys going to be coming there. I've got Ed Oliver, who's a Redskin fan, and of course, Rashid, the stinking Giant fan, will be there. And hopefully, we'll be able to see a bunch of you guys. So we're working on getting that stuff together. So circular calendar for those. And then, of course, training camp. We're trying to figure out when the best time to go to training camp is. So once the season gets here, we're going to be trying to give you all the news and action on the Dallas Cowboys. Stephanie, I like 12-4. I think that would be a great number for our Dallas Cowboys to have. But I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. I know I said I was going to take some phone calls and stuff, but my phone wasn't charged. The problem is if I plug in my phone while it's charging, in the system you get feedback and you get and I just didn't want to hear the static and stuff. But we'll do that on Monday. So Sheila Neal, you'll be there? Okay, cool. So we're working on the plans for exactly what we're going to be doing and where we'll be located. I think it's going to be in red or green lot. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'm meeting with Barry. So if you're interested in getting tickets for either of those games, get in touch with Cowboys Experience. Talk to Barry and tell him that Mark Holmes sent you. And if you want to do that Giant game, tell him you want to be in the same section that Joe Boo Sports in there. So with that being said, guys, it's time for me to turn down these lights, because this party is over. I will see you guys on Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Have a great weekend and be safe.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.